Hey, Clayton Bates here, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about Shopify scams and a lot of scams that have been going around lately. I was recently targeted by these scammers, and it really inspired me to make a video so you don't get scammed. I'm going to go through all the things I've seen over the last few years. If you don't know who I am, my name's Clayton Bates. I'm one of the only authenticated Shopify experts on YouTube. Basically, I've helped generate hundreds of millions of dollars online. I've won awards. I've built hundreds of websites. I was the #1 ranked Shopify expert in Australia for 2 years in a row. I was actually like the 5th best Shopify expert in the whole world at one stage. So with that being said, let's actually jump into the video. All right, so recently someone has tried to impersonate myself and my company. And this is why I made this video, because so many scams are out there. You have to be so careful. And I just want to make people aware of all these scams out there. Recently, heaps of my clients have been forwarding me this example of email that is on the screen right now, where someone is pretending to be me. They're like, this is Clayton Bates from Inspire Small Business, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to get a collaborative request code so they can access your website. And it is just not me. They've actually set up fake email addresses where it's like such and such inspire small business at gmail.com. Now, personally, I would never ever send someone a Gmail, like email from a Gmail. All of our staff, myself, all have domain emails. So it'd be like support@inspiresmallbusiness.com, projects@inspiresmallbusiness.com, Clayton@inspiresmallbusiness.com. We would never ever send you an email like this. And it is crazy to think that this happens to so many agencies. Like, I went and contacted heaps of agencies here in Australia that I know have good connections with and stuff. And this has actually happened to multiple agencies. It must be like a new type of scam that people are doing. In the next point, I'm going to talk about an old scam that lots of people do, but this must be like the 2.0 version of the scam. And at first, I was really upset about this. Like, someone is like taking like all the hard work I've worked for 7 years and pretending to be me and trying to scam my clients. It's just crazy. Like, all the effort that these people put into stuff like this, mate, why don't you use those skills to actually build a legitimate website instead of scamming people? It's just insane. Like, if you're good enough to scam people, why don't you just use your skill to go out there and actually do good for the world? It just doesn't make sense in my brain. So that, like I said, that's why I'm making this video. A lot of agencies I've spoke to that this has happened to, they've said the same thing. We would never send an email on a domain, like on a Gmail sort of thing, right? And if you're ever not sure, just do what my clients did, forward the email to me, and I'll have a look and I'll tell you if it's legit. Another thing is that a lot of people don't know this, but when you actually work with an agency, there's normally someone like me who's the owner who has access to every website. And then we actually give access to different staff members. So even though I might have access to like 600 websites, one of my staff members might only have access to 4 websites. When we stop working with them, the access is removed, things like that. So one question I did get is, was this one of your staff members? And the thing is, like, all my staff members don't even know all the websites we've worked on. There's another way that they got all this information. So if you're ever not sure, just be really careful. I don't want to see anyone get scammed or anything. And at the end of the day, if you did send the request code to someone, they have to send an email to you and you'll see their business name. Their business name might be similar to the agency that you've worked with. If you're not sure, always give the agency a call. Always forward the email to the agency or the person you spoke to in the agency. And that's the best way to keep safe. All right, the next one is fake emails from Shopify and Meta, etc. sort of thing. So a common thing that's went around a lot of the times is people are trying to impersonate Meta and Shopify. So they'll send you an email and they'll be like, this is such and such from Shopify. You have a legally downloaded theme template. These are the bad things. This is how we fix it, all this stuff. And they're actually using a Gmail email. So they're like info.shopify@gmail.com. And the thing about this is that Shopify would never send an email where it's not like info@shopify.com. It would be a domain email sort of thing. Same with Meta. A lot of people have been getting emails saying they're from Meta and there's a problem with their ads account, stuff like that. I actually started to run Facebook ads the other day and I got like 15 scam emails once I started to run Facebook ads. So these type of emails you have to be really careful about. If you get one from Shopify and you know an agency, or even if you want to like forward it to me to check, just you can do that and they'll give you some advice. I've probably got over 100 emails from clients and potential clients where they've got an email where people are supposedly Shopify and they normally just forward and just say, hey, is this legit? And I just go through, I know what to look for. So if you want to do that, you can send me an email and I'll check it for you, sort of thing. But if you're ever not sure, always go to the actual official Meta website or go to the official Shopify website or whatever. Like, it's so important that you just double check if you're not sure. Normally, our intuition is really good at this, but if you're not sure, just ask. All right, so the next one is illegally downloaded theme templates. Now, this has happened quite a lot of times when I've been on a sales call or speaking to someone about their website. This actually happened once and a lady cried on a Zoom call with me because the thing is, there's so many pirated, illegally downloaded theme templates, and it's very common on a platform called Fiverr to do this. It's super common. There is some countries overseas that it's super common to happen to as well. The thing is, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Now, if you go to a platform and you're like, build me a website on Impulse Theme or something, and they charge you $200, Impulse Theme is like $400 USD, and they just charge you $200 USD. A lot of the theme templates in Shopify, they're a one-time purchase that can only be used on one theme. So if they say, oh, I bought a license to this or something like that, they haven't, because that's not how it works. The way you actually check this is if they've done this, if you go to like the theme store when you're logged into Shopify and try to download that same theme again, it will come up as theme trial in your store if you haven't purchased it. If you've purchased it, it will come up with download newest version. The great thing about the premium themes on Shopify, and I'll leave a link if you want to know the best Shopify themes, but the great thing about buying a theme template through Shopify is that you get unlimited updates to the theme. So if you buy it once, 3 years from now, you can get the newest version for free. And this is so common. So many times I've been on a Zoom call and been like, hey, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you have a legally downloaded theme template. It's against the law to use this template. How it sort of works as well. And one thing I really don't like about YouTube is one time I watched a video on YouTube and the guy's like, you can go to Google and Google $5 theme templates. There are legally downloaded versions of it that you're not allowed to use, but I didn't say anything, sort of thing. Excuse me, mate. Like, do you know the risk like of what you're doing to like these people? If Shopify finds out that you're using a legally downloaded Shopify template, you'll get blacklisted from Shopify. Your family members can even get blacklisted from Shopify. People that live on your address and use the same internet as you can get blacklisted from Shopify. So the ramifications aren't just for you. It can be for other people as well. It's just not worth it. If you want a legitimate business, don't do anything illegal. And like I said, sometimes people are caught in the crossfire. They don't realize they're doing something illegal. If you're ever not sure, just shoot me a message. I'm happy to look into it for you. No worries at all. But like I'm saying, there is platforms where this is very common that people do this if you go hire them. And there's certain countries that this is very, very common as well. All right, so the next one is fake examples of websites. And I pulled up Kylie Cosmetics because it's just funny what happened one day. Like, someone sent me, like, they applied for a job at my agency and they sent me like 5 websites that had made like tens of millions of dollars each. And they're like, I worked on all of them. And it's like, where's the proof? There's no proof. What happens a lot of the times is that you'll like talk to someone, you like their price, whatever. You say, hey, can you send some examples, right? and they'll send you examples of sites that if you try to contact that site, there's no way they're going to get back to you. And it looks really good that they built this crazy website, right? But it wasn't their work. What actually happened to someone that I know is that they went to a platform where someone had only earned, I think, $10,000 through the platform. The person sent examples of what worked for them, and they sent 5 Shopify Plus websites they'd worked on. Now, if someone's only earned $10,000, don't you think a company like Kylie Cosmetics is going to hire like a professional agency, not like someone who just made $10,000 on a platform? That's something you really got to think about. Someone has 3 reviews and they send an example of like one of the biggest Shopify websites in the world. It's a bit of a red flag. And you got to think about this too. Like, if they've worked on these massive companies and they send you a $500 quote, do you think they're going to send a $500 quote to a Kylie Cosmetics? Like, these massive companies, it just doesn't happen like that. So just be really careful who you're hiring. Always ask for examples. The reason they don't send their real examples is because you would not like their real examples. All right, the next one is sending your password and having a staff account for people with agencies. So Shopify really cares about your safety, and people like me and professional agencies around the world, we have this special account called a partner portal. So basically the partner portal, I have to get a 4-digit code from you. You have to send it to me. I have to put it into my portal, send you a request to access your website, and then you get an email and you approve it. That's how we access websites. Now, a lot of people that aren't legit will either ask for your password or they'll ask to be a staff account on your website. Now, you can give someone staff account access, but the thing is, right, if you think about it like this, right, if someone is a professional agency that works on Shopify and they want a staff account, why don't they have a Shopify partner account? Ask yourself that question. Why do they want a staff account? Why are they not doing the collaborative request code? There's always a reason for these things. So if you're going to work with an agency that works with Shopify, they will always send you a 4-digit code if they are legit. I would not work with anyone if they never sent me the 4-digit code. Even if you give me full access to your website, there's still areas that I can't view on your website. So the safest bet is, if you're going to work with an agency, always do the collaborative request code so you're protected. Never give someone a staff account. Never give someone your password. Like I said, Shopify cares so much about safety and security, and giving someone your password is asking for trouble. So don't ever do that. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully this helped you to not get scammed. It's really sad that there is so many of these scams out there, but there also is so many great people that can help you. So just be careful, and like always, there should be a link somewhere where you can get a free video review of your website, going over tips and suggestions, completely free. Just shoot me your website link and I'll go through that for you. Until next time, like, subscribe, and I really appreciate you watching this far into the video. Thank you.